Former U.S. President Donald Trump is making highlights right now, specifically with regard to the legal hassles that continue to remain a problem and a concern for him. He's hopeful that he will get a rerun as the President of the United States of America. But the big headline coming in this morning is how it appears that the court in the United States has denied Donald Trump's request to delay the hush money case. Donald Trump will have to now face the first ever criminal trial on 15th of April over the alleged hush money payment to an adult film star, Stormy Daniels. Now, Donald Trump has said the case should be considered as an election interference. He has said he will be appealing against the case, but has further gone on to allege that he will not be able to campaign in the upcoming elections if this case goes on. Trump is facing 4 criminal cases. This may be the only one to make it to a courtroom before November's upcoming elections. Just to give you a background, Donald Trump was indicted on charges that he falsified his company's records to conceal the true nature of a $130,000 payment to his former lawyer, Cohen, as legal fees that prosecutors allege went to indirectly adult film star Stormy Daniels to suppress her claims of an extramarital sexual encounter with Trump before 2016 elections. Here's what Donald Trump has to say on this.
This is a case that could have been brought 3.5 years ago, and now they're fighting over days because they want to try and do it during the election. This is election interference. That's all it is, election interference. And it's a disgrace. We'll obviously be appealing. But this is a pure case of voter intimidation and election interference, and it shouldn't be allowed to happen. This case could have been brought by the DA, but they didn't want to bring it because they said they have no case. And then they bring it anyway. As you know, DA Bragg did not want to bring this case. He was forced into it by...
And let me now take you to the United Nations, because there has been a resolution with regard to the ceasefire for the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine, and specifically between Israel and Gaza, aiming for Hamas. Now, here's what has happened. The United Nations Security Council has adopted a resolution demanding an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hamas and the release of all hostages after the USA abstained from the vote. The White House has said the final resolution did not have the language the US deems essential, and the vote does not represent a shift in the policy. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that US failure to veto the resolution is a clear retreat from the previous position and can hurt war efforts against Hamas, as well as the efforts to release their Israeli hostages held in Gaza. Following the United Nations vote, Netanyahu has cancelled a visit to Washington by a high-level delegation that was due to discuss a planned Israeli military operation in the southern Gaza city of Rafah.
The Council resolution that passed today, from which the United States abstained, there were issues with which we had concerns related to that resolution. The fact that it did not condemn Hamas's terrorist attacks of October 7th. That's why we didn't vote for it. But the reason we didn't veto it is because there were also things in that resolution that were consistent with our long-term position. Most importantly, that there should be a ceasefire and that there should be a release of hostages, which is what we understood also to be the government of Israel's position.
Could this resolution for a ceasefire bring the ongoing war to a halt? And what about, one, the hostages in Gaza, and to those people in Gaza who continue to suffer and struggle because of the ongoing war right now?